I sold a galley set because I called PDI, or she wouldn't have bought it, so it definitely helps you out.
Cool.
And it helps out the customer because you give them a good deal.
So you get a good deal, and then you make a sale.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, thanks. Thanks for letting me on this spot. Okay, so I'll shut the door because people are making phone calls out there, and it's kind of loud. Okay, so basically we'll go over how to implement PDI in your demos and all of that, but one of my favorite quotes, actually, I'm a big quote person, you guys will learn that, but Norman Vincent Peale said, "Believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. Without humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you will not be successful and happy." So, just go into it knowing, like, I used to pump myself up before every demo. I'd blast my favorite song in the car and just tell myself, I'm awesome, I'm going to sell a homemaker, But the cool thing is that, like, when you sell a homemaker, you make a sale and things like that, but they're going to have this stuff for a very long time, and they'll think of you every time they use it too. That's what's cool about that. So, and then have fun with it. So, but what I'll have you guys do, if you want to flip to the very back of your manual, on the very back page, it says how to thrive, and there's a difference between thriving and surviving. What do you think the difference is between thriving at something and then just surviving?
Thriving is doing better, and surviving is just staying where you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, surviving is basically just getting by, Thriving is doing well, excelling at that. So nobody wants to go into anything just to get by. You want to go into it, obviously, to thrive at it. So these are, I like acronyms too, so I made an acronym out of the word thrive and how to really, really do well with this. So time management is the first thing. Stick to your schedule. So stick to, what's in your schedule. If we're never going to ask you to do something that you didn't say you were going to do. Like for instance, Josh is here. He said he was going to be here for morning phone time, and he just stuck to what he said he was going to do. He committed to it. And we're never going to ask you to do more than what you say you're going to do, obviously, unless you're saying, hey, I want you to push me. That's a little bit different. But hold yourself accountable. Like I was saying from day one, a champion isn't someone who puts in 100 hours a week. A champion is someone who puts in 100% when they are working. So, and that's, not only does it help the team, but it's okay to be a little selfish because it's going to help you out the most. So,
Who said that quote?
I don't know. I heard it a long time ago, and I really liked it. So, I'll take credit for it. I'm just joking. I don't know.
Yes, Mandy.
Yeah. The H stands for hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Steve Prefontaine said that. And the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Vincent already said that. But so just work hard at it. I've seen people who they have great resources. They have a great network of people, but they just don't want to put the work in. And I've seen people who, someone like Haley, she moved here from out of the area for college, and she literally had like 2 people when she started here, but she just worked really hard at it. She came to the office all the time to ask for help and tips and field training, and now she's over $10,000 in sales, and while doing this part-time as a sales rep. So just about working hard at it. Responsibility is the R, so take responsibility for your own actions and results. I'm a big believer in not pointing fingers and saying, well, I'm not doing this because of this person, or because of that, or because of my background, things like that. So taking responsibility, ask for help when needed. I know personally, I didn't break records when I started doing this, but I just asked, the people who were excelling at it, and just said, hey, how do I get better at this? And I saw the people who were making paychecks I wanted to make, and I just kind of followed them around and went field training and things like that. So stick to the program. The I is for intellect. Keep learning. Someone like Brittany, the reason I know she's going to do really well as a branch manager, she loves to learn. She's like a sponge. And, asking for different, videos to watch and get better at things. And anytime you feel like you're, if you're like web surfing or Facebooking, just like, hey, what can I do to like learn and grow my business? And you can go on Vector Connect, there's different videos you can watch and get better at things. V stands for values. I'm a big believer in, and helping people achieve what they're going for, because even myself personally, I don't do this job for Cutco. I love Cutco. It's the best product out there. I'm really, really, really grateful to sell a good product, but it's all about what you're working for. Like, why do you want to do this? Is it because you want to help your family tree? You want to, you have bigger goals of like opening a business or, going to college or whatever. That's important. So keep the long-term stuff in sight. If you have a bad day, which again, a bad day here is someone says no on the phone, or just don't sweat the small stuff, because there's a lot to be grateful for and look toward. And then the E is for energy. Do everything with energy. Be the thermostat, not the thermometer. Okay, do you know the difference between the two?
Thermostat sets the temperature, thermometer reads it.
Yeah. So the thermometer kind of mirrors their environment, you know. If someone's complaining, they start complaining, you know, that kind of thing. But the thermostat is the person who knows how to turn up the energy when they need to, and they just, you know, they control their mood and what they're focusing on. So have energy. And I love doing that too. Like I said, with the customers, you know, bring the energy to them. If you're excited and energetic, you're gonna make them excited about the product, most likely. So, but what we're gonna do before we get into any of the fun stuff like cutting pennies and things like that, we're gonna go over the sales rep agreement, which is basically making sure you guys understand like how the sales rep position works and what we're supposed to do and not supposed to do. And then this is all on here, but what we're gonna do is log on the computer after we read this, and they have you electronically sign the agreement that you agree to follow the details of being a sales rep. So if you guys wanna follow along with me, then it'll also ask you on, thank you. Thanks. It'll also ask you in the email that you'll get, if the spelling of your name is correct, if your address is correct and everything. So, because whatever you put down for your mailing address is where you'll get your paycheck if you don't sign up for direct deposit, which you can do on your own as soon as you leave training today. So, okay. So the part, I'll just go down to number 1. It says the sales rep may from time to time personally solicit orders for Cutco consumer products through various marketing methods to be determined by the sales rep on an in-home basis or otherwise than in a permanent retail establishment. These products are to be sold directly by the sales rep and shall not be advertised or sold through electronic media or on the internet unless agreed to in writing by the company. The sales rep agrees to turn in all orders to the company within a reasonable amount of time, not to exceed 1 week. So basically this is saying that you can't set up a Cutco shop, Cutco store. You can't go to a business and try to sell out of their store, things like that. And then you can't sell anything online or make a website. Now, if you put on Facebook, I sell Cutco, that's not a big deal. But they're just saying that you don't want to use that to generate sales and things like that, just because we've always done the same way of advertising and it's always worked. Once you get over 50 grand in sales, you can have something called a web portal, and the company sets up a little website for you, and people can order through you if they're your customers. So that's for once you start establishing a big customer base. And then you always want to turn in stuff within a week, so that way you get paid on time, and then your customers get their stuff on time. So, number 2, once an order is received, reviewed, and accepted by the company at its administrative offices in Olean, New York, the products ordered will be shipped directly to the customer. So you don't have to deliver anything. The company will pay the sales rep a standard commission on all personally solicited orders that are shipped to and retained by the customer. The standard commission rates begin at 10% and increase based on career commission paid on volume. If the sales rep supplies bank routing information, the payments shall be electronically transmitted to the sales rep's account. The company shall notify the sales rep when the weekly commissions are calculated so that the sales rep can access their commission statement via the company website at vectorconnect.com. The standard commission schedule for all sales reps is presently as follows, and the company reserves the right to revise the schedule at any time. So, okay, so basically with the commissions at 10% to 15%, do you guys have any questions on that? We kind of went over that yesterday.
That's that sheet we went over, right?
Yeah. Yep, it just goes over how once you hit a level, it never goes backwards. And it says the company could change the schedule if they wanted to. Honestly, I've worked here for 9 years. They've never changed the commission rates or anything like that. So, and you can also access on Vector Connect. It shows every order you've ever had. It shows when your paychecks come out, you'll get to see the breakdown of how the paycheck, how it breaks down and everything. So, all commissions earned shown as paid now on the commission statement, less any charges or adjustments to the sales rep's account for items such as mispriced orders, purchases of materials, and or other authorized charges will be paid weekly. So mispriced orders and stuff, they're not going to charge you for anything without you knowing about it, So, and if you ever had a discrepancy, you just let us know, obviously. So very rarely would you ever be charged for anything. So the company also offers various sales incentive programs, which it reserves the right to change at any time. All compensation is based on sales and other output and not hours worked, and will be reported at year end on a Form 1099 if required by the IRS. So we're going to go over that today and how the taxes work. Does anyone here know someone who owns their own business? Okay, so yeah, so owning a business, when people own their own business, they don't work hourly. They put in a lot into usually if they own a business. And the way the government sees it is if someone is on a 1099, they aren't just working